So someone else asked before we move on, there's a lot of questions, but someone asked about the NSF to IS on the performance line while we're talking about the performance line.
Great question. Yes, so here on, this is an old label that says NSF, okay? And NSF is a great company based in Michigan, American company, and they're terrific because they certify all hygiene products. In fact, if you're at home and you open up your dishwasher and you check for certification, you're probably going to see an NSF label inside your dishwasher because they certify like everything. If you go to a restaurant and you use the hand dryer, you're going to see, the air dryer, it'll say NSF certified. So they're really good at certifying hygiene, like making sure that things are clean, no banned substances. That's part of a wing of their business. So they've been really good for many years. Now, Informed Sport is a British company which has grown internationally, but they started in the United Kingdom, and they've become highly competitive and just as good, if not better, than NSF. And the reason why we switched to them is because they test all of the same banned substances. So let's just say you guys are sponsoring a professional athlete, like a minor league baseball player, and you're working with that baseball player, and they're like, hey, I love my Recover. I got to make sure that there's nothing illegal in here so that when I get drug tested, I have to have 100% assurance. You can say, no problem. NSF does a very good job, but Informed Sport, quite honestly, is doing a better job now, which is why we wanted to switch. And here's why. Number one, they're internationally recognized. So if you have business in the US, Canada, or if you've got even business in the UK, everyone knows Informed Sport. Now, American sports teams, Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, they are now really well, Informed Sport is really well recognized by them, where it used to be just NSF. Now they love Informed Sport because they're so good. And here's one of the coolest things. If you all go on the Informed Sport website right now, you can just Google it, Informed Sport, certified for sports, you're going to see the Beachbody logo. We got it loaded up. That's awesome. And here's the really cool thing. When you get your products, which should be coming in this month if you're ordering your products, they're going to have an Informed Sports logo on there. You can take the batch number of your product. You'll find a batch number on the back, and you can, on the bottom, and you can type in the batch number on the website. And if you have a professional coach, an athlete, even a high school player who wants to know, or a concerned mom who's got their kids in AYSO soccer, they can punch the batch number into the website, and all of that particular batch, the results of testing are right there at their fingertips. And NSF does not provide that service. So Informed Sport is equally great in testing, but they give results. Their customer service is amazing, and they've grown internationally, which is why as we grow internationally, we wanted to use them. So you're going to see that rolling out in your products coming soon, and test it out. Take your own batch of Energize, go to the Informed Sport Certified for Sports website, type in a batch number, and check and see what your batch has. It'll say, of course it'll say negative for this, that, and that, but you'll know what it's tested for, and then you can talk to your customers and coaches about that. It's really cool. By the way, the question that I'm going to answer tonight that I just found out, the Informed Sport logo is compliant for people in the United States military. So a lot of our coaches, we have a lot of female coaches mostly, a lot of them are married to servicemen, or the women themselves are in the military, and they've been asking, knowing that NSF was certified by the American military, Informed Sport is also certified by the American military, and we believe it's all divisions. So that question came up 2 days ago. I'm going to answer a coach tonight on Facebook about that. So
I was just going to tell you, you just answered my question. I'm the one you were going to respond to, Dave Ward. I asked you the question about the military and the NSF. Yeah.
Great. Oh, so perfect. So I'd still like to post it because I found out I was working with our science team at the airport office, and they literally just told me they had to call Informed Sport, and we talked to our rep, and they found out that they are compliant. So I'm so happy that you were the one who posted. So I'm going to write you directly, and we'll make it public.
Yeah, thank you. Also, just a little funny side note today, I was following a dry cleaning truck, and I saw the NSF logo on the back of it. And it's when you were talking about how, they do this broad spectrum certification, that's really helpful. I think I work with a lot of cyclists, and so that community, they're very picky about everything, and then the military, of course, as well. I live in San Diego. So anyway, thank you so much for the answer.
Great. No, and thank you for the question. Thanks for being here. You totally validate the point that I was making. But also, more importantly, NSF, look, they're amazing. They're huge. They're this massive organization. They're American, out of Michigan. We love them. But quite honestly, there are a lot of companies are complaining that they're almost like this bureaucracy, and they're kind of slow with the customer service because they're so big and they certify so many things. So the thing about Informed Sport is they're growing fast. Everyone loves their customer service. And remember, you can punch in batch numbers and get results and give that to an athlete directly, something we couldn't do before. Or you can give that to a service member. They can give that to their commanding officer and say, look, it's all checked out, no issues with drug testing. So they can feel really confident.
And I know it's a little specific, but if I can drill down now that I have you here a little bit. Sorry, Mike. So as far as how it all relates to WADA and ties into the various different nationalities and all their anti-doping association, we're all approved by that, right? Like if I'm talking to somebody that asks me USADA, WADA, any of those sort of certifications, Informed Sport's good.
Absolutely. And so for all of you on the Zoom call, World Anti-Doping Association, WADA. And WADA is like this massive governing body. Let's say any of you are Olympians or you got a family member who's using the products and they're training for the Olympics. WADA is like recognized as the governing body to make sure that athletes are doing what they're supposed to do. No blood doping, no amphetamines, no drugs. So WADA, as you're pointing out, sort of certifies and filters everything. Now, here's the thing. Beachbody, we're in 3 countries right now. Let's say you're working with an athlete here who's going to be training for the Olympics or the national team in Japan, just making something up randomly. There's going to be a WADA for Asia that's different than the WADA for Europe. So generally, though, they all test for the same common banned substances, which is what Informed Sport does. And let's say Asia tests for something additional than the US, then usually Informed Sport is going to include that in their set. So we're covered for everything. So it's really comprehensive, and that's why we love. And NSF does a great job too. So they're all good. We just like Informed Sport because they're more global.